What it do, y'all? Bread Tuck Rob, Bread Tuck Legacy Podcast, Bread Tuck Gang Forever. Y'all grab my book, Defeating the Struggle, Journal Entries of a Conqueror. Defeating the Struggle, Journal Entries of a Conqueror. Man, check this out, man. I recorded I was recording this for 20 minutes on one device. Then I saw that my device was freezing, so I had to completely start over, man. But you know what? I'm a big dog, and I'm starting over because this podcast is important to me, man. I do not believe in missing weeks. This has happened before, man, where I've recorded a podcast and then I had to, because the recording messed up, I had to go and record it again because I'm dedicated. But I got I'm telling y'all how the sausage is made, pause. I got my two devices going. I got this one going, so if this is freezing, I still got this one going, man. So either way, this will be on YouTube. The full video will be on YouTube, and the audio will be on Podbean and be on iTunes. But man, check this out, man. My book, Defeating the Struggle, Journal Entries of a Conqueror. Go grab that, man. That thing on Amazon for $9.99. Get the ebook, get the hard copy. They both $9.99. That supports my daughter. Let me take a sip. Take a sip. Got the banger on me just in case boys try to, boys be tripping and I gotta word to my boy Chop, man. And Chop, I got your number, bro. I just remember you hit me with a text. I was driving, I had my baby in the whip, so I couldn't respond, but I got your new number, bro. We're going to talk about the Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick situation, man. Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick. So I'm looking at social media this past week, right? And I see that Jay-Z is sitting with Roger Goodell in a video, and the headline says something along the lines of Jay-Z signs an entertainment deal with the NFL. Now, as y'all remember, man, Jay-Z was one of the main ones talking about, hey, man, we boycotting, I'm with Cap. We not checking for the NFL like that. And then one of Jay-Z's lines, check this out. Jay-Z has a song that he recorded with Beyonce on the Jay-Z Beyonce album that came out last year. And I remember that album because they dropped the same day as Nas, produced by Kanye West. And I was a little tight about that. I put out a whole podcast about it. It's about 15 minutes. Y'all can check that out if you want to. But check this out. And one of the lines Jay-Z said, I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me. I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too. Let me sip. So Jay-Z is saying, hey man, we in stadiums too. We don't need the NFL like that. We good and we running with Cap. And then next thing I know, I look up and Jay-Z he done signed a deal with the NFL. Okay? Now, I'm going to keep it all the way a buck with you. I didn't boycott the NFL because I knew I wouldn't be able to sustain that stance. I love football. I watch football. I do recap videos on football. So I knew that I wouldn't be able to hold that down. But what I did was back Colin Kaepernick financially on separate occasions. I donated to that $60 challenge where Van Lathan was saying, hey man, they blurted out Colin Kaepernick's name on the Madden game. So instead of using that $60 that you would use to buy John Madden, buy this game. Support his cause. I did that. Harry Belafonte was raising money to support different causes, and one of the causes that was being supported was Colin Kaepernick's cause. I supported that. Then I bought a Colin Kaepernick jersey and bought a Colin Kaepernick shirt, but I don't count those because I got something in return that I actually wanted that I be wearing, and it's actually fly. But check this out, man. It was just crazy to hear Jay-Z say those lines, then see him sitting with Roger Goodell. Pretty much in support of the NFL. Now he's in support of the NFL because he signed a deal with them and he's getting that bread from the NFL. Now, granted, Colin Kaepernick is trying to get back into the NFL. So, I mean, you know, I guess you could look at it, you know, different ways. Now, check this out, man. Colin Kaepernick was interviewing Jay-Z or whatnot. And you know, he pretty much asked, you know, how does it feel? I'm jacking up. I forget exactly what he said, but he was saying something along the lines of, do you think people are going to take this wrong? And Jay-Z pretty much said, hey, man, we're past kneeling. We all know what the fight is about. Do you know what the fight's about? Do you know what the fight's about? Do you know what the fight's about? And he said, now it's time to take actionable steps. Bless truly says money talks. I believe you. Jay-Z may give Colin the chance once he get in the door. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. That's good. I think it would be fly if Jay-Z got in there and kind of maneuvered to where now Colin Kaepernick has ownership. So now Colin Kaepernick's not trying to, you know, get on the field and be a quarterback and get hit and, you know, concussions and all that type of stuff. Now the same league that wanted to ban Colin Kaepernick or get him out the paint, Jay-Z maneuvered in there and no look past him some ownership. Now that would be fly. Because I hate to see Colin Kaepernick out here kind of begging for a job. That just looks nuts. The optics of that just looks crazy. I totally agree. That's what Bless truly said. But the optics of it just looks crazy. And then now check this out. Jay-Z said that he talked to Colin Kaepernick about this. Now the reason it looks crazy is because Nessa, Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, she took the Twitter or Instagram, one of the social medias, and she was like, man, we ain't heard from Jay-Z, man. We ain't heard from Jay-Z. Excuse me. Bless truly says, I believe that will happen. NFL owes Colin. I'll say that Jay-Z owes Colin too, because Jay-Z doesn't get this deal if Colin Kaepernick doesn't take the stance that he took. And now check this out too. In this entertainment deal that Jay-Z signed with the NFL, we also find out a day later that Jay-Z's going to have some ownership stake with a team in the NFL. I don't know what team it's going to be. I know that Jay-Z's a Dallas Cowboy fan. I don't know what team Jay-Z is going to have ownership in, but in signing this deal, he's going to have ownership in a team. Now check this out. Remember the lines that Jay-Z said? He said, I said no to the NFL. You need me. I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone, tell the NFL we do stadiums too. Now, he had talked to Travis Scott the year that Travis Scott performed at the Super Bowl, and he was like, hey man, don't perform at the Super Bowl. But Travis Scott was like, hey man, I'm gonna go get this bread. So that just looks nuts. What's looking nuts is Jay-Z hollering at Travis Scott saying, hey, don't perform at the Super Bowl. And, you know, Jay-Z saying, hey, man, we supporting Colin Kaepernick. We ain't messing with the Super Bowl. Then on top of that, Jay-Z saying, yeah, man, we basically what I just said, we ain't supporting the Super Bowl or whatever. We're not performing at the Super Bowl. And then Nessa saying, hey, man, we ain't heard from Jay. And Colin Kaepernick liking that post and agreeing with it, that says a lot. See, that's not leaving room for speculation. That's not leaving room for us to think, man, well, maybe Jay-Z's telling the truth. Nah, Colin Kaepernick saying, I ain't heard from you, dog. Then you got Eric Reed, who supports Colin Kaepernick, who plays football and kneels on the field currently, saying, hey, man, this is just a money grab for Jay-Z. Right? Okay, Bless Truly is saying, because again, money talks. Colin is going to get the last laugh. Watch how God works that out. Okay. That's to be seen. I'm with it. Let me sip on that. Sean King puts out an article saying that Jay-Z was wrong. And guess who likes that article? Rihanna. Now Rihanna is bossing up nowadays. I saw an article where Rihanna's worth $600 million, and that's off her makeup line. So Rihanna is getting the same type of, I'm not gonna say the same type of bread that Jay's getting, because Jay's a billionaire or whatever, but Rihanna out here bossing up, and she like, hold on, fam, what you doing over there with that Super Bowl? Yeah, what you doing? And to my knowledge, and this is just me freestyling, I think the NFL reached out to Rihanna and Rihanna turned it down. I don't remember. Maybe that's Cardi B. I don't know. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me. But then I see J. Cole saying, hey, man, look, man, we need to get Colin Kaepernick back in the NFL. And this is happening right after Jay-Z signs that deal. So what that is showing me that a lot of people, and this is what we do as black people, there are certain people within our community that we just lift up, and we will not point out when they do wrong. Beyonce is one of them. I think Cardi B is one of them. And Jay-Z is one of them. Because this looks a little funny in the light. Now, let me tell you why. Now I'm not hugging Jay-Z because I love Jay-Z. I think 444 was the most important rap album I ever heard in my life because it pushed black people to find out about leaving a legacy for their children. It pushed black people to find out about ownership. We needed this type of talk from Jay-Z. You know, Nas gives us that type of talk. The late, great Nipsey Hussle gave us that type of talk. Jay-Z puts information out through art, information out through music. He gave us the Khalil Browder documentary. He was instrumental in Meek Mill kind of maneuvering and becoming the businessman he is, and kind of, you know, escaping long-term prison and probation. Jay-Z was instrumental in that. But this deal just looks a little nuts. And let me tell you why there are people within our community that we just look at and we feel like they could do no wrong. Because now watch this. Let's go back to Kanye. A lot of us threw Kanye West away. Don't think I forgot that. A lot of us threw Kanye. We got Kanye up out the paint. A lot of us. Yeah, we got Kanye up out the paint. A lot of us. Now, I guess the difference between Kanye supporting Donald Trump and Jay-Z supporting the NFL, I guess, you know, a lot of people say it's the same thing, but, you know, Donald Trump is for, you know, immigrants not having rights and whatnot and getting immigrants out the paint. Now, that's not my fight. I'm more concerned about the black people fight because a lot of the immigrants aren't supporting our fight. But that's a whole nother podcast, so I'm going to stick to what we're talking about. But a lot of us we were quick to get Kanye out the paint. Oh, Kanye, we ain't trying to hear Kanye. But Kanye and Kim Kardashian, they're working together and they're getting a few black people free. You know, you could view that how you want. And then also Kanye is working on building a community for the homeless to come and have shelter and have food, right? But we got Kanye out the paint. We don't want to hear from Kanye. But when Jay-Z makes a move like this is the greatest move ever in the history of moves. Huh? That's how a lot of us are feeling. Check this out, man. When I said that I was going to continue to watch football, a lot of people who said that they weren't going to watch football, they clowned me. They said how wrong I was, how I need to think and look at the bigger picture. They used that as a rebound. Okay. But yeah, they said, man, you shouldn't be watching football. These same people that told me I wasn't watching football, they didn't even, their support for their support for Colin Kaepernick wasn't even sustainable. That boycott ended. They didn't let you know it ended, but it ended. A lot of them people that was clowning other people for watching football, they were watching football. They started back watching football. They just didn't tell you nothing about it. But they got on you. I remember, man, anyway. And then also, these same people are in support of this deal that Jay-Z is doing with the NFL. And it's like, wait, what, huh? You don't even know what his end game is. Now his end game, you know, Jay-Z may get in there and he may maneuver some things. But let's reflect back to that. Let's reflect back to that New Jersey Nets move to Brooklyn. When basketball came to Brooklyn, a lot of black people were gentrified out of their community. But when they put Jay-Z out there as a face of being a part owner of the team, you know, that made black people feel better. And black people were demanding some of those jobs in that new arena that came to Brooklyn. But when they saw Jay-Z as the face and part owner of the team, they were cool. They kind of backed up off their fight. A lot of black people got screwed in that deal, man. And we just have to keep it a buck, man. We got to keep it a buck. We have to hold ours accountable. Again, I love Jay. I think Jay is great. Jay 444 is the greatest album is the most important album in hip hop history to me. But we have to keep it a buck, man. We can't just be letting boys get away with murder and you know, but you know, that's another story. But anyway, I'm not interested in Colin Kaepernick coming back to the NFL. You know, you see Colin Kaepernick, he's putting out these videos like, hey, man, let me back in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. I'm working hard. You know, I ain't been working in so many years. Colin Kaepernick took a settlement from the NFL. Colin Kaepernick opted out of his $14 million deal because he wanted to bet on himself. It just didn't work out for him because he took this stance, and the NFL was like, we can't support that because we're going to lose fans and we're going to lose viewership. But I believe black people should not go where we're not celebrated. These people don't want you. Forget they leave. We could do other things. We're waiting on that book deal. Or we're waiting on that book, Colin Kaepernick. I don't think Colin Kaepernick should come back. I don't think he should come back either. I think he's more important outside of football. I think if he were to come back, it would low-key kind of cheapen the movement. Like, his stance is stronger with him not playing football. I hate to see Carmelo. You know, Carmelo, you're getting money outside of basketball. You're in the tech space. You're making these great investments. You're a Hall of Famer. These teams don't want you anymore. I hate to see a strong black man who's financially stable begging for employment. You don't need that, fam. You're already solidified, dog. Colin Kaepernick, you're already solidified, man. We love you forever. You're in our history books. I'm going to tell my daughter about Colin Kaepernick when she's able to comprehend. Well, we don't need you in football, man. And then there are plenty other opportunities for Colin Kaepernick to play football. Maybe he wants to play at the highest level, which is the NFL, but they're showing you that they don't want you. There's still the Canadian League, there's Arena League, the XFL is coming back. There are many other opportunities to play football. But check this out, man. I just pray that Jay-Z does the right thing, you know, and maybe slides Colin Kaepernick some ownership or kind of maneuvers Colin Kaepernick in there. Let me see. He sure doesn't. The injustice is bigger than we fail to understand. I agree with you. Let me sip. I agree with you. But I just hate to see Colin Kaepernick begging, man. And I hope that Jay-Z maneuvers him back in there. But before we get up out of here, man, I want to share some information that I read on Forbes magazine, or excuse me, the Forbes website. I came across some information. The headline said something along the lines of, protect your phone and your phone charger the same way you would protect your password. You would protect your computer. You would protect your privacy. Because now, according to this article, hackers are finding ways to hack your information from your phone through a charger cord. So what they're doing, according to this article, they're taking they're taking little pieces that you can't see and kind of finagling them through the charger, so that when you're at a hotel or something, excuse me, and you forget your charger and you go down to the hotel lobby and you like, hey, can I borrow a charger? If a hacker left that charger and you plug your phone into that charger, they can hack into your phone. And our phones are mini computers, man. We have to protect our phones. They also said that, you know, when you're at the airport, when you're at the mall, those little mini charger stands, they said don't trust those. Hackers have put devices in those to where they can hack through your phone. So they're like, hey, man, if you forget your charger, go buy another charger. That's what they're saying. Now, man, technology is just getting scary, man. I remember the days of the block phone, the flip phone, man. I low-key want to go back to that, man, because this is crazy. I tell you what, the reason I have a smartphone is because I record videos on it, I read articles. I use my phone to create. I'm not just sitting up watching fight videos, watching Netflix and watching pointless stuff. I use my phone to do other things. But if I didn't, I go back to the phone where I can only talk and text. You save money because you're not paying for data charges. I'd just be paying for talk and text. And then you wouldn't be driving, trying to look at your phone and all that, scroll through Instagram. Let me see. This is so sad. I'm going to get me a flip phone. Me too. Me too, blessed truly. If I wasn't doing this, like podcasting, I wrote some of my book on my phone. I wrote my book on like my computer. I wrote it on my phone. I wrote it on different devices. So the phone was convenient. When I'm out and about, I could just start writing. But things are so crazy with these smartphones, man, to where I want to go back to the flip phone. And then you think about all the businesses that the smartphones are pretty much killing. Man, you don't really have to buy a video camera because you got a video camera on your phone. You don't have to go buy a camera because you got a camera on your phone. You don't have to go buy a calculator because you got a calculator on your phone. You don't have to, I mean, it's a lot of things. Man, you don't have to go buy paper and pencil. You got a notepad on your phone. And it's a bunch of apps. Think about this, man. The jobs, like I'm recording. If I wasn't recording videos and editing videos on my phone, I would have to maybe go pay somebody to do videos, which is a good thing for me because I'm saving money. But what about the people who went to school to learn how to shoot videos, who put all this time into learning how to edit videos? And now, you know, with certain apps, I can do everything I need on my phone. These smartphones are just, I don't know, man. They're convenient, but it's like fire. I heard somebody say it's fire. Fire could be used to cook. You know, you can use fire to survive, or fire can burn you to death. So with our smartphones, we have to look at them as fire, and we have to see what type of value it has to us. Does it have value, or is it hurting us, man? But man, this world is crazy, man. Y'all stay prayed up. Keep your gun and grab my book, man. Defeating the Struggle, Journal Entries of a Conqueror. Defeating the Struggle, Journal Entries of a Conqueror, available on Amazon right now, man. But I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to go play with my daughter, man. I'm about to sip the rest of this and go play with my daughter, man. But y'all know what it is. This is the Bread Tuck Legacy Podcast. This is the Bread Tuck Legacy Podcast. I'm Bread Tuck Rob. Y'all mooch, y'all take it easy. H-Town all day.